because I've been pretty consistent throughout the week. But I feel as if I am right over the target with this child trafficking bullshit. And so pardon me if I'm not going to wait around for someone to join or the authorities to get involved, blah, 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 because it will never fucking happen. And I know that. When it comes to Craig Sawyer and my fight, arguing with him, first of all, the dude is just like the rest of them. He's fucking, in my opinion, he's dumb as a rock. And that's doing rocks a disservice. It's interesting because now he's going to argue the death of Isaac Cappy and what happened on that bridge with me. Like, oh, I don't know what's going on. This is just what I've heard. And it was all about this child trafficking stuff. And I knew that he was in league with Russ Dizdar. So I went and researched. I just went up and Googled. Well, I don't use Google, but just put his name in the search engine to find out how he died. And supposedly he died of COVID. But if you read about him, his friends and family and everyone were surrounding him when he died of COVID in October 18th, 2021, when we were all in COVID lockdown. And he had just a plethora of people, I guess, around while he died. And if that wasn't weird enough, what really raised the red flag for me is his fucking wife was dead 17 days later. Wow, that's quite the coincidence. You know, 17 days later. It's just like Lori King. When Amber Volatin went and got Lori King, and then Lori King supposedly committed suicide at Amber Volatin's house, and then less than a year later, Lori King's husband, who knew what the fuck had just happened, was also dead. You know? Isn't it interesting? And it was COVID. They don't fucking know what killed him. You know? But I know that Ted Gunderson said that he was poisoned. You know? So it's not like they don't go out of their way to do that shit. This is government fucking run child trafficking. Flat the fuck out. It has nothing to do, if it has to do with, if Mossad is involved with it, then they're secondary. Michael Aquino was not fucking Mossad. He was CIA. He was CIA. Involved with all kinds of wicked, awful child abuse claims, not just at McMartin, but at the Presidio. And he was protected under the guise of national security. Has it clued in to anybody that, wow, all of the right feet in British Columbia and Washington State have stopped washing ashore? There's only, what, 24 fucking right feet washing ashore. But it's just, that was a normal thing, but now it's stopped, you know? But that's because the compounds, the two compounds that they found, Canada found, that were Michael Aquino's compounds, got burned up by wildfires. They found them, and then it wasn't but a month or two later, and that was when I was still out in Washington, you know? But isn't it interesting how the fucking right feet, there's so many goddamn weird things that surround this shit that everyone just discredits, you know? Russ Dizdar dying of COVID, you know? He was healthy before. It's not like people didn't catch COVID and lived through it. I fucking caught COVID, lived through it. The 60-something-year-old woman who actually caught COVID with me, because it all happened at West Central, got COVID, lived through it. Our boss, a week later, got COVID, lived through it. But Russ Dizdar it killed, and his wife it killed 17 days later. Okay. You know? And what were they all involved with? Child trafficking. Russ Dizdar was working hand in fucking hand with Craig Sawyer. And again, Craig, what came about that in that Arizona homeless camp that was on the border that you went all over national news talking about? What the fuck happened with that? Not a fucking thing. It all went away. It all went away. That's what they do. They make all this shit go away. But because of my training as a kid, I was taught how to do some really cool things spiritually. And I have. The dark is about ready to claim these motherfuckers, and they can run around and hide all their shit all they want. Nothing's hidden in heaven. Nothing's hidden in heaven. And I am not working. Oh, Thomas is always, oh, now I'm working with the Lincoln Project. Fuck, I don't even. I had to go look up what, because all I know about the Lincoln Project is I like their commercials. But then, right after that email, then I'm supposed to fucking be working with Terry Joyce. Oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Daniel Dowd and Geo Farnsworth, we're besties. We're just fucking, we hang out all the time. I love Terry Joyce. She's just, oh, all that. And if you believe that, you need to pull your head out of your fucking ass. Because watch, they'll edit exactly what I just said just to say exactly what they need me to say, and then they'll do fucking videos. Of course, when you keep having to switch fucking accounts to put up all those weird ass videos, you don't have anybody watching those dumbass videos. And I don't watch them. I don't care. I just go on there long enough to take a screenshot so I can prove that you're doing it. The same shit they're doing to me, they did to Isaac, only it terrified Isaac. The same shit they're doing to me, they did to Tracy Twyman, but it fucking terrified Tracy Twyman. The same shit they're doing to me, they did to Lori King. Lori King just fucking gave up and let him help her commit suicide because Amber Volatin fed her the pills. That's the whole thing. But Lori didn't think she had any choice. Fuck these motherfuckers. I'm not giving them that power. You know? They're really good at glamour. Shit, illusion shit that doesn't have any substance whatsoever. These motherfuckers are toast. They just don't realize it yet. They will, but they don't realize it yet. Their egos and their love of themselves and their sense of entitlement will never allow them to actually realize the truth of the matter until they're right there and they can't fucking look away. And that day is coming. Is coming. They fucking all day today. Shit, if it wasn't Craig Sawyer, it was Thomas Schoenberger and Lucien Greaves and the weird ass motherfucker who could be Thomas. Who the fuck knows who these people are? You know? And I haven't heard a word. I published that fucking the address to that video. You can all go watch that video. I don't feel the least bit fucking sorry about posting it. It was posted on a Facebook Live. And as of yesterday, the day before yesterday, it was still fucking live. So I don't feel bad sharing it. Fucking sheriffs are out here fucking partying and grooming 15-year-old fucking girls. But that shit is going to be dealt with as well. God's getting ready to deal with all of us. And nobody wants to fucking deal with it. And that's not my fucking problem. Your goddamn ignorance doesn't change a fucking thing. All those chemicals around that 3-eye atlas. Any person who has a working brain cell, you get all of that gas close to the open flame, which is our sun, The flame is going to act like a vacuum. It's going to suck all that gas in. And when it does, it's not going to work. It's not going to go well because it's going to fucking intensify the sun. That's how it's going to work. So they can say whatever the fuck they want, but everyone's days are numbered, I would assume. You know? That gas cloud around Three Eye Atlas is over half the size of our sun. This is not conspiracy theory. This is not just pulling shit out of the air. This is just looking at the facts of the matter and taking shit that we learned in elementary school when I was young and applying it. That's all it is. That's all it is. At a time that our sun is already inundating us with so much heat and radiation, and we don't have any magnetic field to protect us from it. But I'm over the target with this child trafficking bullshit. I always have been. I won before I ever got involved with any of this mess. I had already won. After what happened when my dad died, and then when I turned 40, that all happened the same year, 2006. This war was won before I ever got really involved. But then that was part of my training. Never start a war you haven't already won. Fight your enemy where he is not. And the third one is never underestimate your opponent. I don't underestimate my opponent, but I also don't underestimate what they're fighting. And they can't beat what's here to claim them. They don't have the power. They're little fucking glamour shit. And their fucking illusions and their lies and all of their bullshit isn't going to have any fucking effect on what's here to claim them. It's not going to have an effect on anything. If the dark is here to claim you, you're fucked. Otherwise, you will ascend. Because the earth is about ready to burn us the fuck up. It's not rocket science. You know? It's not rocket science. And the thing is supposed to fly close to our sun. So to say that the flame isn't going to actually catch those chemicals is stupid. It's ignorant. You know? It's ignorant. This child trafficking shit, it's about ready to be brought to a halt. And you motherfuckers are getting ready to face the consequences. I've said accountability and retribution. The days of being able to do whatever the fuck you want and never pay a day's price, those days are over. Those days are over. You may never pay a price in this life, but trust me, accountability is right in front of you. And unless you motherfuckers can learn how to live forever, it's a bad day to be a child killer. Michael Aquino, Gabe Hoffman, Thomas Schoenberger, Craig Sawyer, Lucien Greaves, Doug Mesner, a.k.a. Doug Masico, a.k.a. however, whatever fucking name you want to actually give yourself, because you have a million of them. Online, you have even more. Sewertown, Jesse Davis, Daniel Dowd, Geo Farnsworth, Tara Joyce, DeFango, what the fuck? Chavez? Is that his last name? I always forget his fucking name. You know? Manuel Chavez. I think that's what it is. They're all connected. And they're not everyone and everything. They're a small group that feeds on your fucking paranoia and your ignorance. And they're about ready to be brought down. And I'm not going to stop what I'm doing. They can send me whatever fucking weird ass Nazi motherfucker they want. The person who actually shared all of that shit on X, you know, Again, it was all tried to make me out to be anti-Semitic. It has nothing to do with religious affiliation. Has nothing. But it has a lot to do with political affiliation. It seems to be very connected with the far fringe right, which is no longer the fringe. It's starting to become mainstream, you know? God may not hate. God may not like your hate. God may not hate the ones that you hate. Because God, the word was never about hate. But let me assure you, the darkness loves your fucking hate. Loves your hate. It feeds it. Loves it. So keep going. At this point, what difference does it make? I don't think any of us have time to repent, even if you had the desire to. I don't much care for the Pope, but I do know at that abomination of desolation ritual that they just did at that when that solar eclipse happened and Texas sent 6 red heifers over there and they did that ritual, that abomination of, or, you know, um, abomination of desolation ritual, which is written about. It's not like they don't know it. Their black pope was there. That's who fucking runs things. This their secret pope, you know, not the pope that's sitting there with the little white. Popes dress like drag queens. They always have, you know. But it's the black pope that's involved, and it's the black pope that's running shit. That's what it is, you know. And so, again, when I was a kid, there were no Jews involved in the child trafficking that was going on. None at all. Marcia Bear was the only one really affiliated, and the only reason why she was involved is because her husband Alan was involved, and her dad was involved. You know, John Brandeis was heavily involved. John Brandeis was heavily involved with not only what was going on in Hummel Park, but what was going on at Offutt Air Force Base too with the training. I don't find it a coincidence that John Brandeis from Omaha, Nebraska, lived across the street from Charlie Manson when Manson did all of his weird shit. I don't think that it's not a coincidence. See, everything that they do lives in a fucking vacuum. You can't put any of it together because if you do, then you're a conspiracy theorist. But all of the shit is so weird and there's so much of it that it's hard not to notice. You know? Craig Sawyer's partnering crime, getting all this money to expose all this child abuse that was going on at that Arizona camp on the border that Isaac was trying to expose, ends up dead. What happened to his share of the proceeds? I mean, it wasn't like people weren't donating for him, you know? What happened to his proceeds? And then his wife is dead 17 days later. And the official story is that he had friends and family surrounding him, but he died October 18, 2021. We were in COVID lockdown. COVID lockdown started in 2020. 2021, it was heavily involved. It was heavily enforced. You're saying that everyone was just around him while he was dying, right? Because that makes sense. And then his wife is dead 17 days later, and that makes sense. And Russ Dizdar was involved with you taking money for fucking child trafficking. There are so many questions that need answering to all of this shit because there's too much shit for it to all be coincidental. Coincidence after coincidence after coincidence stops being a series of coincidences and starts to become a pattern. That's how it works. And that's what I'm exposing is the pattern. Is the pattern. Go click on the link that'll take you to my blog. You can read what I printed about Wikipedia and you can do further research. He was supposed to be against Michael Aquino and involved with the SRA, but I didn't trust him at all, you know? But he was supposed to be an advocate. I think he was just another honeypot. I think that they make a lot of honeypots. Fuck, Sherilyn tried to make me out to be a honeypot with that email that she kept constantly sharing for everybody, but never gave me access to, so I don't know who fucking emailed. And why? Because she's all involved with that Isaac Cappy program, that Famalam program, that my child-killing stepmother's involved with, and all of Sewertown is involved with, and my stepmother's involved with, you know? All trying to close me down. But close me down or not, God is about ready to use the fucking sun and fry our asses. Death is coming. Flat out. Flat the fuck out. Death is coming. Unless you can figure out how to live forever in ash. Because it ain't going to be like the sun doesn't fry us and the volcanoes what are just going to stop. You know, the seismic activity, the plate shifting and changing, that's all going to stop. I don't think so. I don't think so. So the rich can go down in their underground bunkers. Oh my God, could you imagine anything worse? They're worse than fucking zombies. Because they're zombies who can plot. Fuck. Go get trapped underground with those motherfuckers for years. Oh yeah, that would be a joy. Fuck. Any sensible person would rather choose death. Be stuck underground with Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg and the likes of them. You know? Talk about hell on earth. I'm going to pray and I'm going to get off here. This is going to be a short one. But I'm over the target with this shit. And I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. You know? I'm just not going to stop. Fuck these motherfuckers. So, heaven, I come to you as your child. Let my words be heard. Those who can hear the truth, let them hear the truth and then be compelled to do something about it. And what that is, I have no idea, but apathy allows these motherfuckers to do whatever they want to do. And I think there's accountability for apathy. I know that you keep wanting me to suggest if people want to read a book that is exactly what we're dealing with right now in the world. C.S. Lewis wrote a book named The Last Battle. It's the 7th book in the Chronicles of Narnia. You need to go read it. You'll see. It's funny how analogies mirror reality. You sent your son, our brother Jesus Christ, down to teach us the word, to fulfill the word. And I appreciate it. It's what keeps me going. And God knows this fight is hard. Sometimes I'm crawling with this cross on my back. But all glory goes to you. We serve you. I definitely serve you. And I say these things lovingly and gratefully in your son's name, Jesus Christ. Amen. So, like, comment, subscribe. It helps the algorithm. They're fucking with my numbers really bad. You're welcome. Anybody who wants to donate, my PayPal and my Venmo is D Shurter. I'm suffering right along with everybody else. You know, these days suck. Great gnashing of teeth. And that's exactly what we're experiencing is a great gnashing of teeth. And I'll put the buy me a coffee link in the description. I haven't done that yet. I always forget. Um, any donations are totally just to know that there are people out there who actually will put their money where their mouth is and show support of what I'm trying to do helps, because it's hard not to feel like you're alone in all of this. You know, every survivor, that's what they do to us, except the fake ones. The fake ones who have the thousands upon thousands upon thousands of followers and are all known and well known and they're living their lives and just having a great old time. They're not real. You can always tell when they're not real. And so, and they are very, very adept at lies. Very adept at lies. So, with that said, repent, because the time is here. Fill your hearts with love. That's all I can suggest you do for yourselves, because otherwise you're going to be fucked. Same story as it always is. Otherwise you're going to be fucked. Go check out my blog, davidshurter.com. I don't have a copy of my book down here. Yeah, I do. My book, you can buy on Amazon. I sell them for $30. That's in the United States. You know, the word is what saved me. Rolf, the word is what saved me. To be quite honest, I went in as an angry kid, as growing up with a bunch of Luciferians. I was told the only thing that was really factual in the Bible was the Gospels of Jesus Christ and the Ten Commandments. So I went in and studied the Gospels of Jesus Christ in order to disprove them. And in my attempt to disprove the Gospels of Jesus Christ, what I discovered was they're infallible. You can't argue. It is exactly the way it is. It is that way with a lot of us. We go in to try and disprove the Gospels of Jesus Christ and then realize that not only can we not disprove it, but it's the way. And so it saved me in so many ways. It saved my soul. It saved my soul. And I will never stop trying to expose this. Never. Never. And the fight is already won. These motherfuckers are just collateral damage. They just don't realize it yet. Heaven, all of heaven is here right now. All of heaven is here right now. We're all being judged. The reaping is before us. Repent. Fill your hearts with love. It's hard, but it's worth it. That's just how I think. You know? And trust me, going after these government fucking devil lovers, it's a global Nazi, satanic Nazi pedophile ring. Just like they busted in New York City, 2 years ago? The FBI busted it, that global satanic Nazi pedophile ring in New York City. You know? Same thing. It's just another one. You know? Well, until Jesus gets here, there's a lot of work to be done. So I'm not really all that focused on his return. I'm more focused on the tasks at hand and asking for the strength to get through it. You know, I have more on my plate than worrying about when Jesus Christ is going to return. You know, not saying that I'm not looking forward to it, because that's not the truth at all. I'm definitely looking forward to it. But until it happens, there is work to be done. And it's really nice to get caught up in the la la land of what could be or what's coming or what might be. But these days, right now, we all have to focus on what is. And what is that these child traffickers need to be exposed and stopped in the worst way. And there's too many damn dead people surrounding this group. You know? You really think that Russ Disdar's wife just coincidentally died 17 days after Russ Disdar died? Really? And he was only 65. It's not like he was old, you know? Old 80, 90, you know? Relatively healthy. He was running all over with Craig Sawyer, you know? So, no. No. It's more of, I lump it right into, oh, it's just another example of them trying to hide their fucking pedophile operation. God only knows what he knew and what they were afraid he was going to tell. And then they were afraid his wife was going to tell, just like Lori King. They kill her, and then less than a year later, her husband is dead. You know? It's funny how it works that way. It's not funny at all, actually. It's not funny at all. And it needs to be exposed. Fuck these motherfuckers. Or should I say, child fuckers.